News Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Seibel. The Ganado ISD putting out a statement through their Facebook that a hit list was found. They say on Thursday, March 30th, Dr. McCraw, who's the Ganado superintendent, was notified by campus administrators that they had found a junior high student that had created a hit list. After investigation into the matter, administrators identified the individuals involved in the situation and took immediate corrective action. Students involved have been disciplined according to the Ganado ISD Student Code of Conduct. At no point in time was any student, teacher, or staff member under any threat or in any danger, according to that statement made. Dr. McCraw also said in that statement please feel free to contact the superintendent's office if you have any further questions or concerns. Victoria College is hosting a VC Info Night. They say to mark your calendar's future VC Pirates. This is their opportunity to get to know Victoria College and all that they offer to their students. You can also explore Victoria College's offerings. You can come learn about this on Tuesday, April 4th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the VC Student Center. You can also meet with over 20 departments and attend an informational session. April is Autism Awareness Month, and the Children's Discovery Museum of the Golden Crescent is doing their part to accommodate for all children. They say that the new sights and sounds of the museum can become a little too much for some children, and that if your child ever becomes overstimulated by all the excitement, the Children's Discovery Museum has a calm area with a modified environment and quiet activities to reduce sensory overload and allow for self-calming. They call the soothing space the Cozy Corner. Autism spectrum disorder affects 1 in 36 children. Now to the indictment of former President Trump. Learning more about how the process of his arraignment on criminal charges is expected to unfold throughout this week. The charges, which sources say could potentially expose the former president to prison, remain sealed until his court appearance on Tuesday.
Amid heightened security, former President Trump is preparing to fly to New York tomorrow from Florida for his arraignment Tuesday on criminal charges. Sources say Trump is facing around 24 charges, including felonies that could potentially expose him to prison time.
He's gearing up for a battle. This is something that obviously we believe is a political persecution, and I think people on both sides of the aisle believe that it's a complete abuse of power.
The charges stem from an investigation focusing on an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels near the end of the 2016 campaign. The alleged hush money itself isn't a crime, but the way Trump may have accounted for it might be. The indictment comes as a new ABC News Ipsos poll asked, should former President Trump have been charged with a crime? 45% of Americans saying he should, 32% believe he should not, 23% don't know. But along party lines, 88% of Democrats think Trump should have been charged, as do 40% of independents. 62% of Republicans responding the former president should not have been charged. Ahead of the arraignment, former President Trump will be driven to court from his Fifth Avenue apartment, his movements coordinated by the Secret Service and the NYPD. Once inside, he'll be processed but not handcuffed and walked along the 15th floor corridor into the courtroom where his attorneys said he'll plead not guilty. Trump will reportedly leave town after leaving court and is expected to speak from Mar-a-Lago that evening. Trump is the first presidential candidate to seek office while facing criminal charges. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
So here's your viewer poll this evening, and you can scan that QR code right now to vote on the viewer. To vote right now, scan that QR code. So the question is, do you think Trump's indictment will help or hurt his run for president? It looks like 65% say yes, it will actually help his campaign, and 35% say no, you think it will hurt his presidential campaign. Thank you for voting, and as always, come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. All right, time to talk weather on this Sunday night. We're going to go ahead and check in with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining to see what your week will look like. Trey?
Once again, clouds and moisture over our region today, so that the winds, what we need is a trigger mechanism to get this moisture lifted up in the atmosphere, cause rain showers and thunderstorms. That actually will happen when a front gets close to our area and moves in on your day Wednesday. That front will hang around a while, so that means rain chances will be on the increase, definitely toward the middle latter half of the week. Pretty good amounts of rain expected. Temperatures also will be on the decrease because it's a pretty strong front, with cool temperatures headed our way. We'll give the details coming up later in my full forecast.
All right, thanks, Trey. Now to the aftermath of those deadly tornado outbreaks across the South and Midwest. The death toll rising. At least 26 people have died and even more hospitalized across 9 states after the storms moved through the U.S. over the weekend.
Across the Midwest and southern U.S., residents pressing forward following deadly tornadoes. In Belvidere, Illinois, west of Chicago, Governor Pritzker touring the 100-year-old Apollo Theater, where the roof collapsed during a heavy metal concert, killing 1 person, injuring dozens. More than 250 people inside when an EF1 tornado came through.
In the midst of this tragedy, so many people showed up here to help out. We're the concert goers helping each other, and people who live in the surrounding community showing up.
On Saturday, friends and family gathering outside that theater to honor Frederick Livingston Jr. His son Alex said he was standing right next to his father when the roof collapsed.
It happened so fast, man. They raised me since I was 2 years old.
In Arkansas, at least 5 people killed. Drone footage showing homes destroyed, roofs ripped apart, leaving traces of debris behind. Thousands of homes and businesses left without power. Adrian Forrester, who spoke with our Victor Oquendo, huddled with loved ones as the storm came through.
Where'd you hide?
We hid in the bathtub in the middle of the house.
How many of you?
3 adults and 2 dogs.
Further east in Tennessee, trees uprooted, power lines destroyed, trailers flipped upside down. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Chicago, Illinois.
Grab your cell phone and scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, and get breaking news alerts and vote in our viewer polls. You can learn all about our ongoing contests right there on the app, and you can also submit news tips and photos. Stay with us. Coming up, 3 people killed in a shooting at an Oklahoma City bar Saturday night.
And our high today was 86 degrees, low 68 degrees, definitely on the warm side. Temperature is way above normal. Our temperature is actually going below normal coming up toward the midweek time frame, and the rain chances are going up. We'll talk about it coming up in our forecast.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. See what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. During the final days of Truck Month, drive F-150 with 0%, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus complimentary maintenance. Hurry into your Texas Ford dealer.
My name is Adarius McCormick, and I want you to know about my new segment, Homemade with Adarius. I will interview amazing people and showcase intriguing places that may be new to you in the Crossroads. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com. See my new segment on Crossroads Today YouTube channel and Crossroads Today Plus. You do not want to miss this.
I was in the house saying, Jasmine, some girls are here to fight.
The danger.
And then you decide to go outside.
I felt threatened.
If you feel threatened, just stay in your house.
The attack.
It was Jasmine that just straight sucker punched me in my face. And as I fell on the ground, she was on top of me.
Then a mother's revenge.
If somebody did that to my daughter, I might be angry enough to take a sledgehammer to their car.
Next, Judge Judy.
Well, what are you supposed to do if you're in a hot tub and a mountain lion comes up? Turn off the bubbles.
I Googled
hot tub mountain lion attack.
You make yourself as big as possible.
Okay, well, I can't do that.
Next live, Lorraine Bracco and Jeremy Jordan.
We stand up, make ourselves as big as possible, make a lot of sound. We say things like, get out of here, mountain lion.
You mountain lion.
Lindsay Lohan is having a baby. She's expecting her first child with her husband, Bader Shammis. That sounds like he got money. Bader Shammis. Monday, we're live.
Cheers to a good time. Cheers to a good time.
As of today, in a big way, we have inaugurated abcnews.com.
A lot has changed in our world since Peter made that announcement. But what hasn't changed is the commitment to groundbreaking reporting and innovation at abcnews.com. And here's to everything ahead.
We now hear from 25 News Now Sunrise anchor Carolina Strain and Renzo Downey, a Capitol reporter for the Texas Tribune, about what's happening at the state capitol. Carolina?
The legislative session is in full swing. We are catching up with Capitol reporter for the Texas Tribune, Renzo Downey. He is going to let us know what our local representatives are doing at the Capitol. Hello, Renzo.
Hello there. How are you doing?
We're good here. We want to get filled in about what's going on at the Capitol, especially when it comes to our very own state senator, Lois Clokhorst, as well as House Representative Jeannie Morrison.
All right. Well, Senator Clokhorst, she is leading some major bills in the Senate this session. She's carrying one of the mental health bills that's a priority of Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. He's the one who leads the Senate. And she's also carrying the foreign-owned land bill. That's one that has gotten a lot of attention in the national media recently. And that bill has been heard in committee yet, but it hasn't fully made its way out. So it's not up for consideration in the full Senate yet.
Yes, that bill has been very controversial and widely reported in the media. And what are we hearing as far as education goes?
Yeah, so some of the major propositions right now on education are about school choice and course materials, library books for students, right? And so school choice measure, that is currently working its way through the Senate. Seems like there might be some hiccups that we're learning about right now. Sounds like they might not have the votes as it's currently worded. So they're still trying to negotiate that. And that isn't moving in the House either. So there's still some work to do as far as school choice goes. And on course materials, library books, that's still yet to come.
Yes, library books have been so controversial, not just in the state of Texas, but all over the country. Thank you so much for this update, and we'll continue to look at the Texas Tribune's website for more of your coverage. Thank you so much, Renzo.
Yeah, thank you.
UHV hosting their homecoming over the weekend. This was at Riverside Park for a UHV baseball game. University President Bob Glenn says he loved the turnout for homecoming this year.
This is a vitally important event for UHV, like it is for all campuses. Whether you're 50,000 or 5,000, you need those occasions when the campus comes together and they feel connected and as one. So this is very important for us since we have an awful lot of commuters and a lot of students online. Being able to pull them in for an event like this really establish that connectedness that we think is vital to getting the degree.
UHV also had a homecoming court with the ones you see right here. These are the 3 Royal Jaguars. Congrats to everyone. 3 people were killed in a shooting at an Oklahoma City bar Saturday night. Police said shots rang out at Whiskey Barrel Saloon around 9 p.m. 3 people were pronounced dead at the scene and 3 others were injured and taken to hospitals. Officials said 1 person was in critical condition and 2 others suffered non-life-threatening injuries. So far, police have no suspect in custody and the motive of the shooting under investigation. For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Strain and Dre Mining will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Still cloudy skies around the Crossroads area today, but finally some rain will be headed our way coming up by midweek. Gusty winds too, and cooler temperatures. We'll talk about it coming up after the break.
Looking for a way to support your community? Find unique treasures at Blue & Company. Why not catch a movie at the Grand Theater or spruce up your garden at Handy Stop Nursery? Shop local and support your community. Visit Yoakum and explore all it has to offer.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
Hello, my name is Maclovio Perez. My friends call me Mac. I'm the new chief meteorologist at 25 News Now. In the weather world, our job is to save lives and property. Service is very important, and the people need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. And if they don't do any one of those, then you're not going to be on TV for very long. There's my forecast for the summer. Very hot and a very active storm season. Write that down. Let me know how I did at the end of the season.
CCA Texas and industry leaders have built the largest saltwater redfish, spotted sea trout, and southern flounder hatchery system in the world, releasing nearly 1 billion fingerlings into our Texas bays. Adult broodstock are spawned in tanks. Hundreds of thousands of fingerlings are raised in grow-out ponds and released into bays to ensure we have healthy populations for future generations. Join CCA today and help us make a difference.
150 million Americans feel lonely. The loneliness epidemic.
When I'm feeling lonely, I just feel like there's no one there to support me. Social media allows a space for you to feel like you're not alone. Having 1 or 2 genuine friends is more important than having 100,000 followers.
Don't fall victim. I want you not to make any small talk, but just make eye contact. All new Dr. Phil.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Tucker.
You're welcome, America.
From their new movie, Air.
This film is so good. This is the first time you've all worked together, right?
We met a few times.
You mean I constantly would run into you and be like, Chris, I want to be in a movie with you. And you're like, nice to see you.
Is it true you're in a Wordle group?
We call it the Nerdle League. It's very, very competitive.
All right, Will Hunting.
And a good Sunday evening. Hope it was a great Sunday for you and yours out there. 86 degrees. Once again, let's take a one more look at the almanac. Was the daytime high today. Low 68 degrees. Above normal on both counts for a high and low. Nowhere near our records though. Rainfall, Zippo is 0 on the rain bucket today. Had good rains yesterday, but not today. But this number will be changing in a big way with some good rain chances headed our way. A pretty good long rain event coming down our region coming up by the middle part of the week. More on that here momentarily. Southerly winds coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, gusts to 30 to 40 miles per hour earlier. That'll continue for your day tomorrow, of course, with cloudy skies still hanging around the region. We have the moisture in place, the clouds, the moisture source coming from the southerly winds. But we just don't have a trigger mechanism to get this moisture lifted up in the atmosphere and cause the clouds to build skyward and then eventually rain showers and thunderstorms. But that'll be changing coming up on Wednesday as the front gets closer to us and it causes that moisture to lift up in the atmosphere and build clouds skyward and give us rain showers and storms by then. More on that here a little bit later on. Temperatures currently in the 70s or 80 degrees. The lows tonight will be in the 70s, of course. Looking like a little bit of patchy fog will form along the coast coming up by early morning on your Monday, trying to work its way inland as we head toward the 5-6 a.m. hour. Nothing widespread expected or anything like that, but it will be some fog out there if you're driving early in the morning at sunrise or just before sunrise. They want to be watching out for that and reduce your speed and use those low headlight beams. There's the cloudy skies and the water vapor imagery. You see a lot of dry air to the north. That's the frontal zone. It's still hanging up there for the time being. You're getting a push from high pressure, which will finally get the front into our region here. But that push won't be enough to push it offshore. It'll turn up stationary along the coastal zones of the state of Texas, beginning on your Wednesday, and then giving us good rain chances. Warm front has already moved to the north, keeping that more warm moist air flowing in from the south. There's the front I'm talking about, and a pretty potent one too, with cooler air behind it. And the rain shower chances will be pretty much along the coast, coming up for your Thursday time frame into the weekend as the front turns up stationary and causes that moisture to lift up in the atmosphere. It causes rain showers and thunderstorms to be abundant along the frontal boundary. And as we see a wave of low pressure forming along the front and helping to kick off those thunderstorms and keeping that rain chance alive before everything moves to the east by Sunday. Future temperatures starting off in the 70s, of course, 70 degrees or so in the overnight. 80s again for your day tomorrow with sunshine, partly cloudy skies. Same thing goes for your Tuesday, and temperatures on Wednesday taking a bit of a drop as the front moves on through. So take a look at the future tracker right quick, and we'll see cloudy skies, areas of fog for your night tonight. So be careful out there. 70 degrees, the overnight low, with partly cloudy skies, mostly cloudy skies, patchy fog possible. So be careful out there. Highs tomorrow, once again, 80s, near 90 degrees, maybe that in the Beatville area. Windy conditions too. And there's the rain chances, 80%. Check it out for Thursday and Friday. Reducing somewhat by the weekend with cool temperatures, highs in the 60s, lows in the 50s by then. Only dry days will be Monday and Tuesday with high temperatures getting near the 90-degree mark, especially west of Victoria. So be careful out there. So watch for the rainfall coming our way and make it a great week. Oh, check this out right here. This is the QR code. Get your smartphone, scan the code you see right there. That'll take you to a web page. You can download the Crossroads Today app and sign up for email alerts, news, weather, and sports, all at your fingertips. It's very easy, convenient, and free of charge.
Trey, thank you. The Calhoun Sand Crabs are moving on after a wild one. I'll have that recap in sports.
25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
The Victoria Television Group is proud to honor our veterans, and we need your entries. Each month, we'll acknowledge a new veteran to salute. To submit, go to the Military Hero page on CrossroadsToday.com and help us recognize the deserving servicemen and women in our community.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
USA Foundation Repair, in conjunction with 25 News Now, brings you our Pledge of Allegiance every weekday morning. It's your time to reflect and celebrate our greatness as a country, to be a patriot, and to give thanks for living in the best country in the world. And it all began when you recite our pledge. Brought to you by USA Foundation Repair and 25 News Now.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank, with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
I was in the house saying, Jasmine, some girls are here to fight.
The danger.
And then you decide to go outside.
I felt threatened.
If you feel threatened, just stay in your house.
The attack.
It was Jasmine that just straight sucker punched me in my face. And as I fell on the ground, she was on top of me.
Then a mother's revenge.
If somebody did that to my daughter, I might be angry enough to take a sledgehammer to their car.
Next, Judge Judy.
Good evening, Crossroads. The college basketball championship is tomorrow, and after taking down the Texas Longhorns and Houston Cougars, the Miami Hurricanes finally fell to the UConn Huskies. UConn led 37-24 at the half, and it wouldn't get better for Miami. UConn advances to its 5th national championship, and they will take on the San Diego State Aztecs, who came up with the improbable win over Florida Atlantic. They trailed by 1 late and got a huge block. Then at the horn, the jumper is good, and we are all set for the national championship game. San Diego State versus UConn Monday in Houston. The Aztecs are 7.5-point underdogs. Homecoming day for the UHV Jags, but after getting the win Friday night, they dropped the first game of the doubleheader. So now they're looking to win the series with a win in that second game. In the first inning, they did not register a hit. They had walk after walk as Houston Tillotson's pitching staff couldn't buy a strike. The Jags would score 5 runs. I believe everybody walked in. That game started at 2:45 yesterday, and it ended around 9:30 p.m. They had multiple rain delays, but the wait was well worth it. They go on to win 15-9. The Calhoun Sand Crabs are moving on after a thrilling finish in Needville this past Friday, but you have to see just how clutch these guys really were. Trailing 1-0 at the half, they open up the second half with this goal to tie things right back at 1 apiece. Goalkeeper Daniel Solano would come up big time and time again, and with time ticking down, 1 goal could have won it for either side, but he comes up huge yet again. Now Calhoun trying to steal a win on the road still with just minutes left, but it's off the crossbar and the goalkeeper can't get it. It might have even hit off his legs. They went through 2 overtimes, now to penalties. Nerves were high, their fans traveled well, and the boys were confident going into PKs. This strike through the back of the net, and they also had a brick wall coming up with huge saves. Back and forth they would go, but the moment where they would win it all, they just needed one more save to live to fight another week, and Daniel does it again. The celebration begins as they move on to the next round. We caught up with head coach Giralte and Daniel Solano afterwards to talk about their wild victory.
When you have a group of players that love soccer, that love the sport, it makes it easier for us. This group of players, they practice every day. The way they practice, that's the way they play. So that makes it easier. Makes it easy for us coaches when you have players that love the sport.
I just think about like my grandma. You know, I've been trying to do really good just for her because she never got to watch me play. So that's what helps me try my best.
To live with his grandmother in Honduras. Their next game is Friday at 5 p.m. against Lumberton at Katy Legacy Stadium. Should be a fun one. And in women's college basketball, LSU beat Iowa for the national championship. Adam, back to you.
All righty, thanks, Zach. Coming up, it was a special someone's 7th birthday in Port Lavaca. He's also the police captain.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. See what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. Now, during the final days of Truck Month, lease a new Ford F-150 for just $498 a month, plus complimentary maintenance. Hurry in to your Texas Ford dealer.
Do you know an outstanding athlete in your area? Go to CrossroadsToday.com and submit your nomination for the Athlete of the Week, which is brought to you by Pepsi Cola. Then tune in to 25 News Now on Thursdays 6 p.m. news and Fridays 6 a.m. news to see who will be Pepsi's Athlete of the Week. Support local athletics and submit your Athlete of the Week on CrossroadsToday.com for any athlete in the Crossroads area. Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Pepsi Cola, the preferred partner of local athletes.
Well, what are you supposed to do if you're in a hot tub and a mountain lion comes up? Turn off the bubbles.
I Googled
hot
it.
tub mountain lion attack.
You make yourself as big as possible.
Okay, well, I can't do that.
Next live, Lorraine Rocco and Jeremy Jordan.
We stand up, make ourselves as big as possible, make a lot of sound. We say things like, "Get out of here, mountain
You mountain lion."
We want to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus, which you can find on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. It's a special weekend in Port Lavaca at their police department. That's because Captain, that's that cute little cat you see there, that's his name, Captain, turned 7. Captain is the official cat of the Port Lavaca Police Department and lives there at the station. I've been told he makes sure everything runs smoothly there at the police department, and I've even had the pleasure of meeting him. He's awesome. Meow. All right, that's happy birthday in cat. Happy birthday, Captain. All right, we have time for one last look at weather with Trey. Trey?
And good evening. Overnight tonight, lows near 70 degrees, not really that low at all, very warm and humid. Patchy fog possible early morning hours tomorrow. And highs for your day tomorrow and your Monday, partly cloudy skies, 86 degrees, southerly winds. And look at the rain chances going up in a big way, 80% chances by Thursday and Friday, lasting to the weekend. Temperatures going down, 65 for high, coming up on Thursday and Friday, and nice little chill down with lows in the 50s, of course. Rain chances lasting through the weekend. Only dry days will be Monday and Tuesday. Make it a great day and a great week.
All right, thanks, Trey. Looks like some rain in the forecast, but yeah, so Port Lavaca, that's Captain. Have you ever met him?
I haven't. It's been a minute since I've been to Port Lavaca, but you had the opportunity to tell us about him. I haven't had the opportunity yet.
A few times, so we were there for Blue Santa. So that's when I first met him. I was interviewing, I think, Chief Rangnow. He's the chief of police there in Port Lavaca, and they said, hey, we need you to meet the captain. So I know I'm expecting you know, Captain. And then I walk in, I see this guy, that cat right there.
My siblings had a cat that looked just like that. They named it Pumpkin Pie.
Oh, okay.
It was
Pumpkin
actually really
Pie.
cute. I actually like that. That's
Yeah.
actually really cute.
So that's Captain. So from all of us here at KAVU, from Zach and I and everyone else, we want to wish you, Captain, a happy birthday. All right, thanks for joining us. And remember, we're streaming 24/7 on CrossroadsToday.com.